Joyce Valenza, another person I admire, talks about the library not just being a place to go get stuff, but it's a place to do something. And she calls it a laboratory. I think of it more as a collaborative space. I'm Carlene Walter. I'm a teacher librarian at two schools, James L. Alexander School in Saskatoon and Greystone Heights in Saskatoon. So one's an East Side school and one's a West Side school. So a typical day in here, usually, if it was running as per usual today, the kids from Mrs. Kixiel's class would be coming in to finish up their radio plays. For the grade 7 mysteries unit, they're podcasting their radio play and adding their sound effects. We've started to record those, and also they have found some Creative Commons sites to add into their file, so they're using that through Audacity. And then I have my next class, which is usually the grade 8s that come in. They're finishing up their book trailers. We're making those in a variety of formats. Some are very comfortable with technology and they're using Premiere Elements. Some are using Movie Maker, and some are using Photo Story. Some would be still in the storyboarding phase, that pre-production stage. Some are out getting their video footage. What I love about the school is I will suggest things and they're really gung-ho about it. I just find it's so different than it used to be, where we could hide in our room and say, I think technology is going to go away. I think they want to do that, they just need to know the possibilities.
Carlene has really made me stretch, because when we've done inquiry before, I've set the questions. I've said, I want, if you're, for example, if you're doing an animal, I want you to tell me about its habitat, its enemies, etc., etc. Carlene has said to the students, what do you want to learn about? And given parameters that they can learn about, but making them develop deep questions. Before, it's always been, if I go to Google, I can find the answer. And this is, I have to think. I have to go to a much deeper level of thinking than I've done previously. And for me, that was a real challenge as a teacher, to let my students go and say, I trust you.
Because students learn differently, they act differently today. We have different electronic devices, we have different access to communication and people. We need to harness that and embrace it, rather than filter it.
Technology is part of their lives, and sometimes it's frustrating for us, and sometimes it's enlightening for us. And they're helping us to learn it, and we're helping them to learn it, and that's how education is morphing too. You know, it's harder for us, but with people like Carlene that bring it in constantly, and she's not pushing it, she's encouraging us to improve ourselves and improve our teaching, and kids too.
We have just a gluttony of information. What we don't have is students that are effective consumers and of information. They often don't know if a site is reliable, relevant, and what to do with that. We talk a lot about Creative Commons. We talk a lot about citing, being a good digital citizen. What does that look like? We also talk about, in the planning process, what makes a good question. And I think that's really the heart of it. It is something that students can answer right away, or take a look at online or in print and just regurgitate that. Then we're leading to plagiarism. So if we lead to a question that they can't just answer, they have to think about, they have to coalesce, they have to synthesize their knowledge, then we're halfway there.